Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reacts where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Flamingo Cartel titled Tommy's Back, and if we switch over to here we have ourselves a track on the screen. My understanding is that this is based off of Tommy from Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. This is a reference to that, and we're going to listen through this track from start to finish and we're going to hear what we think. This song was also off of Flamingo Cartel's last album, which is pretty cool. So let's go, let's do it. I love the flutters there.
When neon lights don't fade, he's the legend that this town has made. From the clubs to the streets, his name's on fire. Tommy Vercetti, he takes you higher. Strutting down the boulevard, every eye on him. A disco king in a crime world so grim. Tommy Vercetti, he's got the moves.
I like the vocal filtering. Ah, there we go. There's the prominence with the bass, the presence.
What's going on? Tommy. Oh, good. Listen.
Excellent. Yep, development of the hi-hats there, well done.
From dusk till dawn, he rules the night. In the city of dreams, he's the guiding light. From the beach club to the Malibu, Tommy's shining, making dreams come true. Tommy Vercetti, he's got the moves. In Vice City where the rhythm grooves. Dance floor heat keeps the night alive.
I mean, I think the drum kit was just a natural bit of development that it's really helped to kind of make it sparkle and shine.
He's got the moves. In Vice City where the rhythm grooves. Dance floor heat keeps the night alive. Tommy Vercetti where the legends thrive.
Such a sassy lead solo here. And that was short and sweet. That was such a journey, but it felt like it just flew by. Because welcome to the conclusion section of my review of this track from an act named Flamingo Cartel. I think there's also DJ Taro up here. This track titled Tommy's Back. Now, what do I think this track is about? I think this track is about Tommy returning and sort of like, almost like, I think it's about the environment that they are in within the 80s and stuff like that. It's trying to encapsulate the feel, the vibe, the effect of that return. Yeah, when they talk about from the clubs to the streets, they were discussing the fact that this person is famous, they're larger than life. Everyone knows them. When they get that phone call before that drop there, it's just, oh, they've come back to town. It's not just a legend. It's the man themselves. They have arrived in presence. And you go through this track, I think, almost going through a celebration of their presence. I think that's dope. I think it's a unique concept. I haven't really heard any sort of Grand Theft Auto themed stuff before, and I appreciate the fact that we're trying to do something a little bit different there. I think people who are nostalgic or who have a fondness for the game will be able to appreciate and respect this. But like in terms of like what I like about it, I think one of the things I enjoyed about it was the actual vocal performance. I appreciate the use of both the lady vocals at the start with the filtering there, the mistiness of it, almost making it sort of like a nostalgic thing, kind of like what it might have been like Flamingo Cartel looking back on the game. You hear this sort of context provided about Tommy Vercetti. And then you get that phone call there, and then there's a bit of Foley, and it just really kind of rounds it out neatly. The storytelling is astute, and the vocals and the way that they either separate themselves with that sample or they harmonize neatly with the different synth pads and those different sequences and all those kind of beautiful things, as well as the bass and the drums when they come in later on, those kind of like stabs and stuff. It's just awesome, dude. It's really good. I think the contrast as well structurally between, as I mentioned, the mistiness with the reverb delay tails and stuff like that of the earlier parts there, the filtering to the mid and high resonance, going into that kick when it comes in, the automation of that coming up within the mix as we get closer to the heavy part, and the consistent further development of that throughout the track. You just get this wonderful chord note accent that is just so strong and confident, and it's just so easy to listen to because of that. It's an incredibly well produced track, and it's almost like it takes you by surprise because again you get that nostalgic old time sort of Vinci feel, and then it becomes more modern with its precision, and it's very effective. And I think also it's just the actual theme of it. It's just such a fun sounding track when it gets into it. Bow, bow, da, bow, da, bow, 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 and little sparkly leads on top there. And there's a solo section with a funky kind of right hand groove on the keys there. And the bass kind of chops at you and the drums and the kind of hi-hats, and they're talking about dancing and the rhythm and the groove and the lyrics in that later part, and the music is representing that. It's just that it's not a super complicated bass line. It's like 3 notes or something like that. I don't think it resolves either, or maybe it is the 7th that they're working with there, I'm not sure, but either way, that extension adds a bit of classiness and sophistication to it, and it's just fun. It's a dance track that celebrates its own existence and, like, utilizes it in a way where it's just very sort of well connected. And ultimately, that is not just sort of like a tribute to the quality, again, the studio production regards to EQing, the filtering, the panning of things in the stereo field, the dynamic range, like the limited compression of all that kind of stuff. It's also understanding how to establish that chord note groove again with the drums, how to kind of put sub layers in with the hi-hats and everything like that. Offbeat stuff going on with the funkiness of those main melodic motifs and their counterparts, and as well as the more kind of like longer form textures at the start. There's just so much wonderfully interwoven within it that I've got a lot of love for it. I'm glad I had the chance to listen to it, because these are my thoughts on this track from an act named Flamingo Cartel, titled Tommy's Back, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show some love via the various social medias and YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I'll catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.